Thank you all very much. There's somebody very special here tonight, all the way from the Netherlands. His name is Gert-Jan Kramer, and he recently did something really amazing for the DSO. He purchased two very fine violins, a Stradivarius and a Joseph Guarneri, and he is generously loaning them to two of us here in the DSO. Alex Carr, our concertmaster, who was supposed to be here this week playing the Barber Concerto, but was unfortunately not able to make it. He plays on the Strad, he got that one. But I'm very lucky as well to be playing on this beautiful Joseph Guarneri. It's really everything I've ever dreamed of in a violin, and I feel very lucky to play on it. So he's here tonight, and I'd like to have you help me welcome him to the stage. Gert-Jan Kramer.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blaine Nelson. I'm chairman of the board of the Dallas Symphony Board of Governors. And one of the things I wanted to say tonight is thank you to all of you who have made such an incredible difference in us being able to have this cultural treasure, the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. There are people in the hall this evening that I have noticed that we wouldn't have this hall, we wouldn't have this orchestra were it not for those people. We have Ross and Margot Perot, we have Margaret McDermott, we have the Harts, the Brierleys, we have a couple of major corporations, AT&T and Texas Instruments, all of which have made major contributions to our orchestra, and that's the reason we all enjoy this cultural treasure. And more recently, about 4 years ago, I had the opportunity to ask Gert-Jan Kramer to join our board, and he agreed to join our board, and he wanted to make a difference. And so he bought the 1692 Stradivarius. Most of you might have figured out they don't put those things on sale. And he also bought a 1715 Guarneri that you heard just this evening.
Very well done. Very well played.
Now I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask Gert-Jan in front of you all. And the first question is what was your motivation for this gift to the Dallas Symphony Orchestra?
That's always unexpected, these questions from you. I know that from the board membership, I'm not that often present, but you do that very well. Building bridges. The violins, it's very nice to know the violins are two generations before anybody thought of the United States in whatever small form. Well, they're quite old. And building bridges between in the orchestra with better instruments helps the orchestra. You need, of course, you need a great musical director, as we call a conductor. The conductor is better, it's from the composer to the publican. But okay, then you need good musicians, but you need also good instruments. And this is a form of giving good instruments. Of course, the two violins of the concertmasters are extremely important. And what is very pleasant for everybody, they play individually sometimes, like we have heard tonight, compliments. It's great, and that's an important thing.
Thank you. Another question is what is your relationship with music? You're not a musician,
No.
So what's your relationship with music?
Well, you can enjoy music without being a musician, eh? Luckily, look here.
Any thoughts as to if we have someone who's interested in supporting the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, this cultural treasure, not only for the community of Dallas, but for the country of the United States. We have just made an enormous name for ourselves in Europe with the tour. If someone is considering ways to support an orchestra like this, are there many different kinds of ways they can support an orchestra?
I think you should have a trust or whatever, providing instruments to musicians playing in the orchestra, of course. That's a key issue. And a good musician and a bad instrument gives a bad result. A fantastic instrument and a bad musician gives a bad result, a combination of the two.
Well, we have a phenomenal musician. Actually, we have
a whole range.
A whole bunch of them. But we have a phenomenal musician in Nathan Olson with a phenomenal instrument. And I don't know about this audience, but I'd like to hear just a little encore by Nathan. Would you all like to hear that?
Great.
So this is a little Bach for Mr. Kramer.